G'day all, Mr. Paladin here with Mr. Spirit, and it's time for another beeping sentry. And after a recent video, we found out that this sentry spot is one that we prefer when we're on defense of Frontier here. What do you say about this one, Spirit?
Hello, I'm Spirit, and I say this gun is an A+ ranking in defending Frontier Point 2.
Yep, the spies review this as 9 dead ringers out of 10. This one is a good one, especially once a team gets defending here, because the team generally doesn't end up going down towards their spawn unless there's an Uber. So a lot of your team is hanging up here. You've got a lot of your snipers often watching this long path. It's a pretty solid spot.
Yep, it covers a lot of ground, covers in front of the gun, down towards the cart, and over along towards that crate that you can walk through.
Okay, so anything coming around this corner, anything trying to peek over the top, and if you go around the other route, while you can edge on this corner, once you get to there, you're often past this little pole here, and you're going to get yourself stuck, as the knockback forces you even further into the range of this gun. As a spy, you don't really have any good range on it. You can't do anything through this door. Through this door, it's going to pick you up and pin you into this corner. You're going to be suicidal trying to do anything from over this angle. I mean, you're going to be standing out in front of God and everyone right here. So yeah, it's a really solid spot. As a spy, of course, I'm looking to take out the engineer. Sometimes this gun is built back so you can't get through this door. We like sticking it out a little bit, just to allow our own escapes and to allow a bit of a better range on the gun. Once you start setting it back a little bit too much, you don't get all those good angles that we had back over this side.
And when you block the door, you limit your escape route to these windows, which can be sometimes difficult to get out.
Yeah, as a spy with an invis watch, you're probably not going to want to go through the door. It's going to be too spammed. Instead, try to get your jump through this window. Be sure and crouch as you jump through, and you can get back in here. The other way is there's always going to be a teleporter up here. I've never seen this spot built where the teleporter wasn't hot and ready up here. With their spawn being changed, the teleporter entrance is going to be up at this spawn door. It's going to be there. I wouldn't even sap it. I would just take it.
That pyro's a spy!
Is there anything else we want to say on the spy for this bit?
Well, spy gets in, he can try and sap the gear, but if your teammates are in here using your dispenser, which is out in the open, so if they can't walk through the dispenser, they're gonna know there's a spy here. Whereas if it was against a wall, they'd be, oh, I'm on the wall.
Yep, let's go ahead and mention that. I'll go back to where I was just at. Now, getting up here is only part of the problem, because once you're up here, you've got this gun that's still got range inside the room, either through the window or through the door. You've got the entire team who's probably been taking this teleporter up behind this engineer. And the engineer is not just putting this dispenser out here in the open just for his own pleasure. There's a purpose to it. What is that, Spirit?
Your teammates can walk through your gear. The enemy cannot, disguised or undisguised. So it forces them to know that, hey, there's someone here who's not one of us. Whereas if it was, say, against a wall, they would be walking into the wall and be, there's no wall there.
Yeah, it's like a pinball table in here. I mean, I'm bumping this, I'm bumping that, I'm bumping players, I'm bumping this. I'm trying to get a backstab on this guy who's watching out for me. He's got his back towards the wall as it is. Good golly, it's hard for a spy to get up in here.
Yep, and with the Rescue Ranger, I can keep my back against the wall and heal my sentry from in here.
So, my preferred method of getting rid of this gun is not with a spy at all. And if you can't get an Uber onto this, here's the way I'd prefer to do it. Right, let me switch class. As a soldier, I've got enough of an angle here before I get past this kill point here to get a shot in on the edge of that gun. You know, you're not going to hit the railing, you're going to hit the gun. The engineer, of course, is back up in that room. He doesn't know I'm here yet, so I can often get a couple shots off on that sentry gun before he knows. If his team is not defending down here, and this is the key point of this gun here, your team has to kind of hold this area here and just watch this edge. If they're not defending here, get a rocket launcher or a direct hit, 2 shots, 3 shots onto that before the engineer knows, before he can get his rescue ranger or his wrangler on it to save it, and you're golden. You don't need an Uber. That's my preferred way to do it.
If you try and approach the gun from up close, in front, I can jump up on top of my gun and use the angle to spam you down with rockets and bullets, and you'll back up pretty fast. Even if I fall down, I can use my Wrangler against you.
Yep. No matter how close I am to this wall, those rockets are going to hit me. And Spirit, if I'm coming over to this side, where can you hit the wall with your rockets?
Which side?
Over on this edge where I was just mentioning. Over here. If you hit this wall, how far over can you hit?
Right to where that dot is.
Okay, so if I'm standing here, it's still going to splash me.
Yeah, if I aim at the ground.
Yeah, so that's before I even go past it. Okay. Okay, let me... With the Demo Man, it's pretty much the same thing. You get that same edge that you can do with the rocket, with the pills, all the stickies. You can plant them all around there. It's still kind of outside of the range of the gun. Again, this Sentry's defense depends on the red team. If they work with this gun, and all they've got to do is protect this area here, and keep those snipes and stuff happening down this long path here, and you're golden. What I might want to mention, if for some reason the enemy team is not sniping or not protecting down this way, use the edge of this corner here to get your pills over the top and up to where it's going to damage the gun. Or better yet, I might just arc a shot. But again, this is a hazardous place to stand. I wouldn't recommend this unless the enemy team just really wants their sentry gun to go down. That's the other thing. Of course, this gun is letting you stand up underneath it, so you can get... Oh wow, I'm not even able to burn it from here.
Yeah, you're hitting it.
I am hitting it?
You are hitting it.
Okay, okay. It was hard for me to tell if I was hitting it. But yes, you can get this edge, but of course if any pyro is standing here doing this derpy kind of thing here, like we're saying, if the defensive team has to kind of hold this area. They've got a large health there, they've got a sentry there, they've got a large health up there. There's no reason why, if you see your engineer is built here, that you are not protecting this spot.
If you want a better angle for pyro, you stand right against the wall below the sentry. Yeah, and it hits the turrets.
And that's about all I got for this spot. I mean, I'm sure there's other ways, but All the other ways revolve around pretty much getting in here to get the nearness to the sentry gun, and hope to goodness that the red team doesn't protect it. You got anything more to add on that, Spirit?
Best approach to destroying this? Taking an Uber and a demo man. It'll automatically go down and scare people away.
Yeah. Yeah, the Uber into that nice small room, get a couple pills shot up in there.
Yep, and if the enemy team isn't paying attention to the train route, take the train route with the Uber and demo man and have the medic run in front of it.
Yep. And lastly, that's kind of why you need a Pybro to hang around to air blast back, just as we did in the Pybro and Frengineer video. And that's it for me. That it for you, Spirit?
That's it for me.
Well, thanks for watching. I hope this helps you in your future endeavors.